guys. Oops.
Hi there, my name is Jessica. Have you ever found yourself stuck between your mother and her lover? A position
Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Sorry for that. Okay, now subscribe to my channel, like, do all that, and we are good to go. First we like, you see, I like all others. Now subscribe. Okay, now put the notification bell and then put all. Okay, now let's start the video.
that you have absolutely no say in? Well, that was exactly the situation I found myself in, and I watched while everything unfolded, waiting for my life to be ruined beyond repair by my own mother. When my mom got married to my dad, she was only 18. He met her in a coffee shop that she used to work at. He was the owner of a big company back then, and he was 33 years older than she was when he decided to marry her. She agreed to marry him at that time, but it wasn't because she was in love with him. She agreed because she loved his money. He was her golden ticket to a lavish lifestyle. After they got married, they had me and my twin brother James. Dad loved us so much, but his love wasn't enough to make him stay. He died last summer and left us a lot of money and a lot of property. However, we were still just minors, so Mom was our legal guardian, and that's where all the trouble began. It wasn't easy for me and James to get over our dad's death, unlike our mom, who seemed to go back to normal a month after it happened. She started going out with some guy named Mike, who was excessively concerned about the way he looked. There's no doubt that my mom is a very attractive woman herself, but I knew for sure that Mike wasn't attracted to her, but rather to something else. At first,
So this. Oh, now we are back.
their dates were normal. I mean, they went to luxurious restaurants and fancy bars, but little by little, I began to notice that there was something that didn't seem right. One day, she invited him to have dinner with us so that he could meet me and James. It was the first time for him to visit our house. From the moment he set foot in our house, his eyes wandered around, taking every single thing in, and he seemed in awe at everything he saw. While we were having dinner, he looked at me and James and said, "You must be some very lucky kids to live in such a lavish house and to have all this money." He pretty much only spoke about money, and there wasn't even a spark between him and my mom. I mean, he barely even looked at her in the eyes. After that date, Mom started to look frustrated every time she spoke to Mike on the phone. I used to hear him scream at her on the phone, even when I was all the way up in my room. And after every argument they had, he always threatened to leave her. Mom was very committed to him and didn't want to lose him. After my dad's death, she thought that there weren't many men who would want to be with her. So she wanted Mike to stay with her no matter the cost. And that was exactly what happened. Mike stayed, but it definitely cost us a lot. Mom began to buy him some really expensive gifts. She gave him everything that he wanted to make sure he stayed with her. They weren't normal gifts. They were insanely expensive gifts. She bought him a Bentley Bentayga and a luxury house next to ours. She bought him Rolexes and clothes by Versace, Prada, and
Now that's end of the video. Oh, okay, let's continue.
Gucci. And it didn't stop there. She even sent him alone on a trip to the Hawaiian Islands when he told her that he needed some time away to rest and recuperate. I didn't know if Mom was aware of the fact that he was clearly just using her. Not only was he using her, but he was also spending our dad's money, which was meant to be for me and James. It's true that my father was rich, but he wasn't Mark Zuckerberg rich. And the way things were headed, it seemed there would come a day when all our money would be in the hands of Mike. And when that time came, he would break up with our mom, and there wouldn't be anything left for me and James. I had to do something. I wasn't going to let Mom act like that forever. But before I got the chance to take any action, it appeared that God had saved us all. On that vacation that Mike wanted to spend alone in Hawaii, Mom decided to surprise him. So she traveled to Hawaii 2 days later, and you won't believe what she discovered. Well, you might be able to guess. She found out that Mike wasn't taking some time to rest as he said he would be. It turned out that he'd traveled to Hawaii to enjoy a nice vacation with his girlfriend on our money. She caught him cheating, and she came back to us brokenhearted. It was pretty stupid of my mom to fall for someone like Mike, but at least now I can say that she learned a valuable lesson. We definitely lost a fair amount of our dad's fortune that he'd left us, but there was still enough left for me and James to live a good life and to be able to secure our future, and Mom's too. What did you think of my story? Please share your comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.
I've learned that you should not love somebody that you don't know or has a girlfriend or not. That's the end of the video. So subscribe, like, and comment. That's the end. Bye bye. No, that was not the end of the video. I was just kidding. Now let's go to the other video.
Hi there, my name is Sheila, and today, for My Story Animated, I'm going to tell you the confusing story of how I got abducted by a billionaire. It all started one day when I was coming out of school. As usual, I saw all my classmates with their expensive backpacks getting inside their fancy cars. Many of them even had a chauffeur. As I walked past them on my way to the bus stop, I could always hear their laughs as they gossiped behind my back. I'm 13 years old and never had any family other than my mom, and she passed away 3 years ago.